All right, guys, just let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm just trying to find out where. There we go. I'm back in town. Right, options right now. Gold. I'm looking for potential long opportunity. Uh, let's see what happens with this candle. Uh, New support is here. Let's just get rid of this. So remember, let's just keep those there. Just had a coaching session, so we're looking for continuation. So look, these are some rules that I highlighted to one of my members who have just had a coaching session. So that is, we can leave that on screen for now. Hi Peter, hi Jody, hi Peter. All right, so let's see, 30 minute. No, I'm going to bring that one down to here. Let's bring that there. We've got news at 1:30, so let's just bring that in. Um, Major news USD, and it's at 1:30 p.m. and it's unemployment claims. Let's just reduce that in size a little bit. Who's in? Hey Jazz, how you doing, buddy? Look, so bias remains to the upside. So I am looking for bullish close here on the 15 minute. So if I can get bullish close here, if I get bullish close and buy orders going in above the high of this candle, guys. So we've got 1 minute. Now I'm going to be a little bit more forgiving with my stop. So it's going to go underneath this low for this one. So, and I will just place it because we're coming into comics, pre-comics open. So what's the highs? 46.59. Yeah, that's fine. 46.90. Right. So orders going in. Orders are in. I'll show you. Let's just go TV change. There you go. So orders in. That's what it looks like, guys. Let's get partial TPs in. So I'm just doing 50% to come off at T1 because we are trading with the predominant trend. Let's stick another partial in. So let's see what happens. So DAX is up 80 points on the day. Nasdaq is slightly down. Futures are down at the minute. We have started a little bit earlier, so I don't expect everyone to be in. Okay, so if this breaks the high after this move down, we shall hit TP very quickly, in my opinion. I'm not looking for shorts yet, guys. I've just had a couple of coaching sessions back to back. We've been quite nice for trade opportunities. So what have we had? We had the long, which was quite a simple trade, and then we took the short. So look, while we're waiting for this to trigger over here, I'm going to go back to the analysis chart. I'm going to show you what we did. So So while I was with Mr. Booth, I'm not sure if he's in the room yet. Are you here, David? No, he's not here yet. So this was a little simple trade here. So look, bias was long, uptrend. These are the rules that I apply for a continuation trade. So very transparent, so you can see it all. So look, market has predominantly been in an upward movement. We consolidated a lot of the Asian session through the London session. Then there was this strong move down. Did this tempt me into selling? No, but what it did do is it broke a lot of traffic. It broke a lot of these barriers to that we were potentially trading into. So it just created some free space. If we drop in where the previous support was, which was here, and then we saw other support down here that's already marked on. So this candle, what does this show us? It shows us a downrange candle. Hey David, how you doing, sir? This was the trade I took with David in the live session with him. So we saw we saw a downrange candle, but with a strong bullish close, closing in the upper half of the candle. We then placed a buy stop above the high of the candle with stops underneath the low. Thought process behind it. We got a predominant trend to the upside. We'd seen buyers come back into the market at support levels. If we got triggered, if we got triggered, it means that the next candle, after it created a wick down, would have broken the high, therefore creating an uprange candle. Therefore, if it's going to create an uprange candle, we'd expect it to go in the continuation of the trend and push on. We closed all pips for TP1 was 10, then we closed some out at 20 pips, and then the rest some at 38, and then all of it at 43 or 44 pips. So that was that trade. So that was really simple, trading with the trend. Now, if you look on the higher time frame here, it could have been quite easy to get caught into a move and looking for a flip style trade underneath here because you just see that the market is coming, sellers came in. Why did we take our cash off here? Well, we took our cash off because sellers came in aggressively here, and guess what? They did again. And this is where I was having a session with Anna. I don't know if Anna's in, but we traded this as well. She's here now. So we traded this during her session, which look, if you look at this, we had bullish candle, bearish candle, but what type of candle is this? Inside or outside? Or uprange or downrange? Which one? We've got four types of candles. Where did I? There we go. They're the four types of candles. So this showed us something that happened. Now, if sellers came into the market back here and sold off aggressively, there's every reason they could do it again when price got to the same price. Hence, we closed all our long trades. Our bias is still to the upside. So I'm still thinking that if we're going to get a runner and it's going to go a long way, it's going to be to the upside. So trade management will be slightly different to the downside. So we saw a seller candle. Is that enough for me to take the sells? No, I need to see a down range candle. I want to see lows being broken. Now, if we sell underneath the low of that inside candle, even though the candles had a wick up, what would happen? There's probability, right, that we could break the low of the inside candle, but not the low of the bullish candle. Therefore, we could break the low of this and then still reverse and continue to the upside. So if we're looking for sells, the way we traded this was we waited for a seller candle, we waited for a wick up, then we sold underneath the low of the bullish candle. I think we came out total for around 34 points, 35 pips. We had exits down here, but as it was coming down, we were just trailing our stop on the 5, and we took a really nice quick fire 30 odd points. So two sessions back to back and navigated around 70 pips out of the market. We could only do that because the market gave us clear candle space to trade within. And again, because it's come down quickly and we've got big candles, we've got the same. We've got clear candle space to work within to the upside. So buy stops are in place, stop losses are in place, partial TPs are in place. We just wait for the market to do whatever it's going to do. Now, look, if we haven't seen, so that's two trades on live sessions today. Um, in fact, I think I took one. So I just need to close something down. We had a trade this morning on the DAX in our morning live stream, and that was a winning trade. So we're 3 for 3 today. So 20 pips on the DAX for members. I came out at 17 or 18 because I had to go on a school run. But yeah, it's a nice steady day. 3 for 3. Could this be 4 for 4? Let me know what trades you've taken today, guys. How's the day looking for you? Are you positive, negative? Um, but we've got a buy order here. Hey Chris, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you here. Managing to get a bit of time away from work. So we've got an order placed, Chris, just above the 15-minute high. So let's just get rid of that. That doesn't need to be there. So just above the 15-minute high. We've also got clear candle space to trade into. This is, in theory, we're looking at, you could call it a range trade. It's continuation of the higher time frame trend. Lower time frame, it's a range. We're down at support. We've seen buyers come in. We've seen the market push lower. If it breaks the highs, we've got up range. Well, in this case, on this time frame, it would be an outside candle being formed. Should see the market push on, hit T1, T2 very, very quickly. Uh, um, Okay, so yeah, we're just sitting tight. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq, see what's going on over there. Nasdaq, we've popped the highs, so strong move down, consolidation, pop the highs and reversing. Look, structurally, let's have a look. My first sells. Sells, we're going to have to go up the time frame. Okay, so if I'm looking for sells on the Nasdaq, guys, I would have to wait for the hourly chart by the looks of it, and I would have to wait for a. Let's just mark it down. Sells below 21,712. For buys, I'm looking for buys above here. I think you can quite easily put buy stops above 21,789, pending your buys above 21,780. Let's just go back to gold. Control done. All right. Now, there is news at 1:30, guys. So our gold order, we will close if it hasn't triggered by, let's say, 120. If it's not triggered by 120, we'll close it. Uh, so waiting for this. Me also saw the setup. We're waiting for good to know. Ah, brilliant. Well done, David. See, one session in and you're picking it up already. Now, I'm not saying that you can't pick things up while you're in live streams and things like this, but obviously when you're having one-to-one mentoring, the attention is solely focused on the questions and the areas that you might not grasp. And sometimes, while we're sat here in live streams, someone will ask a question or I'll look at a chart and I'll explain it in a particular way, and it might not make sense to you, or it does while I'm talking to you at this moment in time. But when you're doing something on a one-to-one basis, you've got sole focus and everything is being directed at you. So you know that if there isn't something, I can't remember the setup we were looking at, and you hadn't grasped. I said, did that make sense? And you said no. So I went over it again in a slightly different way, and then it started to make sense. So I'm glad that after one session, you've seen that you've picked up something already so quickly, which is great to hear. Thank you for the feedback. So, Nasdaq. Now, if we're looking at this on the hourly, remember that means we've got to look for setups on the hourly. So it's not going to happen so fast. You can set your alerts on your watch, on your phone, whatever it is, to go off every hour. Um, if you trade the Nasdaq, buy stops above the current hourly high look good. You have to remember though that above the high is gonna you, you're gonna have an order there during the news. So maybe that's something you might want to consider to remove. If the news is, let's say, negative um, data for the US, that should see maybe initial positive moves for the stock market on the basis that there's likelihood that interest rates might not stay elevated for such long periods. But, this is all guess mode and speculation. What I like to do is rather than try and work out what the news is and how the market's going to react, is wait for the markets to react and then we make a decision based on the price action that we see. So, regardless of what the news is, what do you think my bias is on this chart? So, probability, or not probability, but based on what you're saying, Chris, the market's come up into resistance area. We've seen a big spike down. This, in my opinion, is I would be looking at, yeah, the predominant move to this is to the upside. So the daily flip here looks great. So buy stops above the daily high and target here. So if you imagine right now, price is coming down. Why is it coming down? It could be news related, or it could just be coming down as sellers try and force it down, or market makers force it down, grabbing liquidity, trying to fill buy orders. As it fills buy orders, that spins the market into, let's say, the next bullish momentum move. If we break the high, then the market has grabbed some liquidity, meaning it's attracted buyers. We break the high, we expect to fill the range of the previous daily candle, and then maybe go on and move here. Right, so what's happening? Gold looks like it's pushing a little bit lower. H1, sorry. Everything's moved. Let's move that across. So I still have my buy order in above these highs. So, like I said, my bias is long. Excuse me one second. There we go. Right. So my bias is still long. It doesn't mean it will go long. Just that's where I see market momentum and I favor a move to the upside. So yeah, if this market, if this candle forms an outside candle, taking out the lows, taps support, breaks the highs, then fantastic, lovely. I don't want to sell into support, so I'm not doing any sells down here. I'd want to see price break and close below there before I even contemplate sells. Because if we look at what happened last time price was here, it went up. Why did I want to sell from here? Because last time price was there, it sold off. Okay, so there's a difference. You've got to look where you are in the context of what happened the last time the market was there, and then look for similar setups, okay? So bias is long here, bias is long here as well. So if I was to trade long on the Nasdaq with my broker, I'd be looking for entries. Remember, guys, everything I'm doing here is educational purposes. It's not financial advice. This is just what I do on a day-to-day basis. Um, and if it helps you analyze the markets and helps you see the markets in a different way to what you normally see them, then fantastic. If it doesn't help in any way, then best thing you can do is turn off right now. Um, but yeah, I try and do everything in the most simplified manner there is. Keep it simple, as they say, the KISS strategy. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm not sure some uh, motivational speakers would like that analogy in the sense that you're saying it's stupid. But let's have a look. Still nothing to get involved with. The DAX is respecting and falling off structural levels here. So look, we're going to pull the DAX back in at 21,326. Now, if we see a strong sell-off in the DAX and then buyers come into the market, then we can start looking to take advantage of the next up range candle. So look, where are we now? It's 120. We need to see some movement in gold in the next few minutes. If not, we come back and we look at it after the news. Yeah, so we'll wait for the news. We'll cancel our orders in a minute. So, what am I going to look for? So, preference, right, guys? This is what I would love to see if we don't get triggered in the next couple of minutes. I would love to see the market spike down on the news, and then we can look to try and capture it as it pushes higher. How much do we need it to move for our order? $3, $4. Let's just let's give it an extra couple of minutes. What I am going to do is because we are potentially right, let's cancel the order, guys. It's not pushing as I was going to envisage. All right, so look, just so you can see, right, order. Now, delete. There we go. Order's gone. Nothing. I'm not, as I mentioned this morning, I'm not a fan on pound yen or anything yen or any yen crosses on the basis that we have Bank of Japan news, and to be fair, I've not been trading anything yen related, any yen cross pairs now for maybe since September, I'm guessing. I think September, I've probably not traded anything yen, anything with the yen in it. There's just no point. There's only thing I've changed in the last 6 months is I've now added the DAX to my trading. and that's predominantly for the European and London Open. And then we'll look to trade the Nasdaq for the US Open or pre-US Open. Right, 9 minutes for the news, and then we can look for an opportunity. So either way, I'm looking for long opportunities. It's going to be my preference. So long opportunity on gold or long on Nasdaq. That's my preference. So what am I going to look for? I'm going to look for the market to spike down. I want to see it spike down, and then the next candle to then break the high of the news candle high on a 5 minute chart. That's what I'll be looking to trade the break of. Now, obviously, if it goes long, then we have a different setup. If it goes long, I'm looking for the market to continue. So you're looking for a big, strong, massive 5 minute candle moving to the upside. The next 5 minute candle, want it to push back down, and then we buy the high of the previous 5 minute candle high. And then hopefully we get into it. If it just keeps going up, well, if it just keeps going higher without pulling back, we don't get a trade. Okay. And that's the same for gold. So the analysis, the way we're going to take the trade is all going to be the same. Do we need to react very quickly? No, because we're waiting 5 minutes. So we don't care what the news is. We obviously want to take into account what it is so we can formulate, right, okay, is the news likely to continue to push the dollar, or is it likely to soften the dollar? Because that will obviously impact the way that these two asset classes will move. How long? 7 minutes. Yeah. So DAX as well, if it gets above 21,326. So buys above 21,326. Call it 7. Oh, all right. This is the difficult bit. Who finds it hard sitting on their hands waiting for opportunities? Right, let's go back to trading view while we're waiting for the news. And then we can start to make decisions. We need to see what happens. So we're looking for buys above. That can go. So this is all-time highs. We have 221, 93 pip range. Two, 712, 120 pip range. 842, 62 pip range. Now, why am I putting these in? I put these in just so I know if we can hit T1 and T2, well, predominantly T1 before we get to the next structural point. You know, having your chart mapped out, you don't need to have loads and loads of things on your chart. You just want the things that are going to help you make positive decisions. So let's say you wanted to go long above 21,780, but here was like a complete clusterfuck and absolute horrible candles, then and you don't have clear range, but yet you put buys above a certain price because just like this area, you weren't looking left. You're effectively just about to trade into a brick wall, and that's only going to cause you issues. So the whole point of mapping out a chart is so that you have it like satellite navigation. It's like your Waze or it's like your GPS in your car. It tells you which way to go. It tells you where to avoid traffic jams, etc. And that's what we're looking for, guys. So you want to make sure what you put on your chart is purely there to help you make good decisions. Right, we've got 2 minutes, so let's flip back to MT4. Right. Now that one can go. So I'm just keeping these both here so I don't have to switch between charts. Okay, so I've got, I'm not sure what's going on. So definitely not liking magic keys on the indexes today for some reason. All right, so let's see what happens. I want it to spike down first. So looking for longs, guys, on gold. I'm gonna see if I'm getting set up for potential long trade. We've got 10 seconds. If it spikes down, we can place the order and then we can start to adjust. Right. Right. Nasdaq looks like it's pushing to break out the range. Well, gold's barely done anything. Right. Okay, so we'll give I'm putting my buy stop in above the previous candle's high. Oops, that's not what I want to do. So bias remains long on gold. We didn't get the spike down. Got a little bit of a move, but nothing much. Nasdaq is popping. If we get a 15-minute close up, what's DAX doing? See if the DAX is breaking out. If we can get a break above on the DAX, that might be the best one to trade, but we'll wait for a close. Hold on a second. Okay, so Trump speaking today, yeah, at the annual forum at 4 o'clock. Okay, so watch out 4 o'clock. So guys, what happens at 4 o'clock with the gold market? Is there anything we should watch out for other than obviously uh, Donald speaking? Anything we should think about, guys? Guys, 1 second. I've just got to get some. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Someone at the door. I still think. I think fix is a great word to use if you can fix something. I rig it, but yeah. So the London fix at 4 o'clock. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, 4 o'clock. So usually what we'll find is if there's been a directional move, this is a good time to be looking at any sort of contrarian sort of moves against the way that the market has moved in that day, especially if you line it up with structure. Um, yeah. So we'll come back. Let's have a look at the other charts while we're just waiting for some movement. Okay, so orders in on gold. We're sat there waiting for something to happen. We're sat there waiting for paint to dry, basically. Um, can't complain. Had a couple of good trades back to back, but obviously it's always nice to get a trade or an opportunity while you're on live stream. Right, let's come out of NAS. Let's go. So gold, we have a pending order sat above this candle here. So just waiting to see what happens. If we can get a bullish candle close down here at the support level, then we can look to trade from down here. But I'm gonna wait for what we've got 9 minutes for this candle to close, and hopefully we can see something. If not, I'm not trading short down here, that's for sure, guys. Need to, well, oh, the DAX. There we go. Come on. Let's focus our attention on the DAX then, guys. So 8 minutes. Uh, Load DAX. Set. Okay. See if that works. Haha. Boom. Just needed an unplug and a replug, as the technicians always say, we turned it off and back on again. Well, there we go. That's what we just tried. So we've got 8 minutes. I didn't place the trade. Just hit open calc. So button close above. If it can't, then we do nothing. Gold pushing lower. Looks like it's about to touch the next level. Now, this is what how many members were looking? How many members have I got in here now that were looking? All right, Jez. Cheers, buddy. Take care, mate. How many members were looking at this as a potential flip? I know it was around the news, but how many of you were looking at a potential flip? Because you know what you'll do? You'll come back, you'll look at this in hindsight, you'll go, ah, there was a flip. What's the first thing you need to think about when it comes to a flip? What's the first thing you want to think about before you place a flip? So Jez needs to fly, and it'd be nice if we got gold or Nasdaq to fly. Mm, so exactly, Jody. Yes, Anna. Trend direction, prevailing trend. Exactly. If we have a strong trend, you might look at this and go, well, for the last hour and a half or whatever, there's been a strong trend. But look, you get a long wick here, small candle close, you're trading into support here, you got support here. Even though you've got a long wick and a strong candle close, you're trading into support, so I wouldn't bother. Um, don't get sucked into where you look at something in hindsight. Have a look down here. If you're looking at the charts afterwards, the flip works brilliantly if you use it in the right context. It's like anything. Imagine trying to whisk eggs with a hammer. Yeah? You can't. Use the right tool at the right time. If you have a whisk and eggs, fantastic. If you've got a hammer and a nail, then perfect. But they're both good tools in their own right. But you just have to use it in the right context. So this is what we do. We sit around, we wait, and we have a few different tools that we can use. It's about knowing when to use the right tool at the right time, and then boom, we execute. So realistically, let's get rid of the gold trade now. The gold idea. Let's close that, delete it. There we go, gone. We can look at that in a little bit. DAX we'll look at. 4 minutes. 4 minutes, we need it to stay up there. Right, this line can go. Why can that line go? Why can I get rid of that one? 3 minutes. What would you say about these candles here? Three, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 50 seconds, and then potentially we can have a trade. But we have to wait. Not here, but here. Come, all downrange candles. Yes, okay. So they're all downrange candles with big bodies. So what does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean, guys? We've got candles with big bodies and they're all downrange. Sellers in the market, okay. Sellers currently in control, okay. Is there anything that you're okay? What do we see here? All right, there we go. It's 15-minute candle. Let's see what happened on the DAX. Okay, Anna. Yes. So we see a retracement. Uh, no, don't like it. Okay, so we're seeing a retracement. No, you're right. We're seeing a retracement. Okay, so if we're seeing a retracement on the higher time frame, I mean, look, I'm not going to try and spell this out, but I will try and give you hints at what I want to happen. Um, okay, so I'm good. Every bit of information you need right now is on the chart. Okay, so Anna said that we're in a particular move, which is what? What's my bias, guys? What is my bias? Okay, so bias is long. What are we seeing on the 4 hour, this chart? What are we seeing on the 4 hour? What kind of trend are we seeing here? Okay, so we're seeing an uptrend. So what do you think we want to see on the lower time frame? An uptrend? Okay. Anything else? Thank you, Jody. Guys, we stop making it complicated. Okay. This is a correction, yeah? This is a correction. The trend still remains intact. This correction, you will see, let's say, micro downtrends on the lower time frame because in order for the higher time frame to go down, the lower ones are going to have to move like this. What you want to see now is buyers come into the market. As buyers come into the market, as we get a bullish candle close, which we haven't yet, as we get a, as we get a bullish candle close, we just wait for a wick down, we buy the break of the high. Simple. From the live day. Anna, this is the trade that we took in our coaching session. Here, this was the trade we took. Remember, bullish candle, market moved down, we bought the break of the high. We're looking for the same setup. Making sense, guys? It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but we've got the plan in place. Sorry, it wasn't um, Anna that I did this trade with. It was David Booth. Anna, we did this trade. Yeah. So it was the same one I did with David Booth, but the same one as the live trading day when we finished at 4 o'clock. We gave you the principles what to look for. Wait for buyers to come in. Wait for the next candle to wick down. Buy the break of the high. If it breaks the high, then we're saying that we've got an up range candle about to be formed because it's gone down, then broken the previous candle's high. Therefore, if we're seeing an uprange candle, i.e. here, it should be the start of the next impulse. Whether it breaks those highs or not is a different matter. But that's what we're looking for. We're trying to preempt the next move to the upside until we get proven wrong, i.e. until the trend comes to an end. But we've got 9 minutes for this candle to close. Waiting for the DAX to potentially close positive or gold. Don't think we're going to get anything on the Nasdaq. No. Probably have to wait till about 2:30 for the Nasdaq. Um, how are you getting on, Petter? How's the funded account going? You doing okay? Sorry, Petco. Right. Come on. Let's see some moves. 8 minutes. Okay, so things you could consider here. Mm, this you could watch for a flip here on the DAX. Let's have a look, see how many pips we've got. Mm, a little bit tight, really, for a flip. I'd want to see a bigger wick. But personal preference. It's up to you guys. I'll let you decide whether it's enough. But this is where we can start to use, let's say, a little bit of not imagination, but let's say this 15-minute candle closes bullish like this. It's an inside candle. It also shows us that the market has started to stall at support. It's not created a bottom wick. So if the next candle after this inside candle, if it closes bullish, moves down, takes out the lows, we can place a buy stop above the high of that candle because that would be the high of the 30-minute candle, which this bearish candle here is also going to be what we see as you can call it the mother candle. An inside candle can be referred to it's inside the previous candle and the previous candle because you can't call it engulfing because even though it is, but it's the previous candle, so you can refer to it as like the mother candle. So where you see, we know that both those 15-minute candles combine to make the 30-minute. So if the 15 closes nice strong bullish, but it's an inside candle, the next candle, if it wicks down, we can put buy stop above the high of the mother candle. Too close for comfort. I'd want to see more of a candle close above the level on the Nasdaq before looking for anything there. 6 minutes, steady, steady away today. The trades were all this morning. Maybe they're waiting for Donald's latest tirade on the markets. What's he going to do with tariffs, border control, regulations, Trump coin? Who knows? But we could probably expect to see some kind of volatility in the markets when he speaks at 4 o'clock. I would definitely consider long trades at 4 o'clock on gold as well, based around the fact that the market sentiment today has been that of a sell. So looking for some kind of correction leading into the London fix. So anywhere between 330 and 345. If price remains down at support, where we currently sit, as soon as the candle takes out previous candle's low, look for some kind of break of its own high. So notice if it's opened, it's gone down without creating a top wick, takes out the lows, then put a buy stop above the current high. 4 minutes at 2 o'clock, guys. I'll give it 2 or 3 minutes, then I'm gonna go. I've been on streams and coaching back to back since 7 a.m. with a a gap for the school run. So my voice is shot. Live stream tomorrow. Um, look, what? Uh, I might do something different tomorrow. Let's have a look. Friday, Friday, Friday. Is it Friday already tomorrow? Bloody hell, where's this week gone? Um, so tomorrow, what I might do is I might just run a London live stream on YouTube. So, but not a London. Uh, okay, maybe I'll do a 7 a.m. one on YouTube. What would everyone prefer? A 7 a.m. or like a 9:30? I'll do it on YouTube, but what will everyone prefer? 7 a.m. or 9:30? 7 a.m. for Anna. Anyone else? 9:30 for Paula. Oh, it's Friday, you're lying, buddy. Chris can't do either. No worries, buddy. 9:30 for Peter Cole. So let's whatever we get the most of. Vote up, guys. 2 minutes. Petco can do both. 7 will still be at work, but afternoon. Yeah, I can't do US Open tomorrow, but I can do 7 or 9:30. Okay, gold's setting up. All right, let's flip. Well, not flip. I mean, change screens. There we go. Cow. Ooh. All right, let's wait. And there we go. Orders in. Just push it up just a little bit. There we go. All right. All right, I've set slightly higher TP1s and TP2s, not by much, just because we're trading with trends. So let's see if we can capture these moves. Let's bring that down a bit. There we go. So can do both, David. Lovely. Okay. So I will drop a notification in. Uh, what should we do? Mm, what's the most? What's been said the most so far? 7, 9:30, 9:30. Can do both. Can do both. So it looks like 9:30's winning at the minute. DAX didn't close above on the hourly. Sorry, it did close above on the hourly, just not on the 30-minute, but it's just gone straight up without a wick down. Uh, Let's we'll give this one a few minutes. Right, let's how long do we have? 27 minutes to the 2:30 open. NYSE in 27 minutes. Right, I will stay on until 2:25 because I'll stay I'll stay on to 2:30 if we've not hit TP by then. If it's not triggered or hit TP by 2:30, I'm closing the chart down, I'm closing the trades, and I'm saying sayonara for the day. There's a there's a wonderful but terrible football team playing tonight, so I might really destroy my day by watching them play. Ah, and there we go, we've triggered. So we are live. Okay, let's bring the risk up underneath this level here. So just see if we can move another 2 or 3 pips in profit, and then we can come up underneath that low. Okay, there we go. Bring it up. So we've reduced what now? 45 pips of risk. So we initially had around what 39, maybe 60, 70 pips of risk initially, and now we've reduced it. How many of you in this trade? How many of you just watching? All right, if you use the 70% rule, guys, oh, so that might have just taught me a lesson. That might have just taught me a lesson, guys. Should I have, there was 10 pips there, but I changed my target to 12 because we're with trend. So I'm kind of regretting my decision there. So if we go back to entry, well, did you all got 10 pips? Well done, guys. Well done. That is a silly decision on my behalf. That should have been 10 pips and break even, but we'll see. We're trading with trend. I would like to think we should continue and get back there. I've kept stops underneath the low of this candle. So how many of you just hit target? Hopefully everyone just hit TP for 10 pips. See, look at that. TP1 and break even. Well done, well done. A little bit greedy on my behalf there. Anticipating the TP1. Well done, guys. Well done, well done, well done. TP1. Good. Well done, Peter. So, out at break even. Lovely. Funded accounts. 22 minutes for lift off or to sink. So I love it. The whole purpose. The main thing is you guys all got your 10 pips. I still like the setup, to be fair. For those of you that are out at break even, there's a second opportunity. So if you got T1 and then out at break even, if this candle closes bullish, guys, next candle pushes down on the hourly, you're going to get a second bite of the cherry. So you'll get a second opportunity to continue higher. Um, in fact, what I'm going to do looking at the hourly chart is I'm just going to bring the target down to there. So always make sure you cross-reference the charts. So look, where did price get to? Yes, it came up here, but I don't want to be the last man in trying to get out. I want to be hitting those I want to be getting out, and then if we can fortunate enough where the market can continue and get above this area here, then I'll look to get back in again. But this looks good. So gold's pushing lower. Not gold. Nasdaq. DAX is still sitting above the level. Gold, we've formed the uprage candle, but we're about to annoy me immensely, maybe. So yeah, you're probably wondering if you've just come in as a current viewer, you may be wondering why, when I've got a partial TP here, did it not take profits? Well, let's just say I was greedy. I went for an extra 20%. I put 12 pips as my TP1 on the basis that I was looking at this as the first impulse of the next move higher. So 12 pips, 20 pips should be relatively straightforward if it is going to be the first first move higher. Um, Everyone that was watching got the 10 pips, so well done to you guys. Twenty minutes. 20 minutes, and then we have NYSE open. Maybe we'll see another spurt higher. Maybe we'll see it sell off. Who knows? But I will be calling it a day at 2:30. We've reduced risk. Everything's in place, so I'm not worried about what happens with the market. Um, like I said, even though we are below entry price, I still like it for more upside. I'm not worried about where it's going. If we let's look on a lower time frame. Up range, down range in play, 15. Well, time will tell. The sensible decision would have been to stick with 10 pips. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Three minutes left of this 15-minute candle. What do we know about this 15-minute candle? What do we know about this 15-minute candle? Yeah, it's going down. Uh, Anything else? Yeah, it's about to stop me out. Anything else? Will I give it a second opportunity? Mm, if I give it a second opportunity, no, I won't give it a second opportunity. If I was to stay in the market, the then I would actively start looking for more trades. So, no, this current candle right now, look, what's it done? It's broken the highs and it's respecting the lows. So the only thing is, it's a bearish, well, right now it's a bearish close. We don't know. We've got another like minute and a half left. A minute left. So on the basis that it's an uprange candle with a bearish close, probability says the next candle will break the lows. Unfortunately for me. Uh, it's an uprange candle, Anna. So it's an uprange candle with more than likely a bearish close. So because of that, probability would suggest, if it closes bearish, probability would suggest that it will break the low, which would mean hitting my stop loss. Might not break the low of this candle, it may not come all the way down, but that would be the probability. If it closes bullish, then fantastic. Okay, so I stand a, a remote chance of this market still pushing higher. So doji close, I'm a lot more au fait with that than where it was. Now, under normal circumstances, if let's say there was no targets in place, if this candle breaks this candle's high, then you should move your stop underneath the low. But if it breaks this candle's high, it's going to hit TP anyway, so it'll just go straight to break even. But if there was no targets there, guys, that's what you should be contemplating. Moving your stop according to price action. 15 minutes left for NYSE. So this is what it looks like on the 30. Still looks quite nice on the 30. Market's come down, created a nice big bottom wick. It's above the previous candle's high. So it still looks nice, but there's still 14 minutes left of this candle. So a lot could change in those 14 minutes. It could finish as a bearish candle. It could finish as a massive bullish uprange candle. We don't know. But as it currently stands, it looks okay. And a lot can change in 12 seconds. So when this goes on and hits target, I'll be thinking, why didn't I just leave it at 10 pips initially? Instead, I've had to sit through 15, 20, 20 odd minutes of torture. And there we go. So let's just push this up a little bit. So we hit target. Hit me some likes if you got your TP. Anyone looking at the 30, you could potentially be. No, there's going to be I think there'll be another surge on this, but we'll see. Yeah, well done, guys. We'll sit tight, see if we can get to that 25 pips second target. So again, being a little bit greedy, but was I right to be greedy? Was I wrong to be greedy? I think realistically, uh, there we go, 20 pips. Getting close. Came within what? Uh, 45. Probably came within 2 or 3 pips of the extended target. We've got 11 minutes left. Anyone looking for additional add-in trades here? Now, the one issue I have with break even, right, is it's not a technical place. Because look, we only do it to de-risk. Because technically, we could get taken out of this trade and the market still run all the way up here. So realistically, if you're going to do anything, stop and you wanted to do something that was, let's say, a little bit more favorable for trade management if you're trading with the trend, is use candle lows. Especially if the market's gone down first, use candle lows as a place to position your stops because in theory, if it's gone down first and then broken the highs, it means it's got to do a third move. It means it's got to go down, up, create new highs, and then create new lows to get you stopped out. The likelihood of that's pretty low. Right. If I haven't hit the 25 pips before 2:30, I'm going to close half just ahead of the NYSE open, just to lock in a little bit more profit because it is going to spike up or down. We don't know which way it's going to spike, right? That's if I'm still in the trade. We don't know which way it's going to go. So I want to protect some capital. I've protected some by taking half off um, at our initial TP. Now it's about right, what's going to happen in 9 minutes time? Will we spike and go through TP2 or will it just meander around where it is until NYSE open and then either collapse or spike up? And that's where we can be good with our trade management and either stop us from losing more capital, i.e., because we've locked in profits. Around these volatility times, uh, Cheers, Anna. Glad you enjoyed it. Paolo, you've taken partials. Well done, buddy. So there's today's 8 minutes. Right, let's delete the partials. There we go. Ah, there you go. Anyway, we are set now. We've taken another half off, leading into NYSE. Uh, because we've taken more off, I'm not going to do anything with my stop. Okay. If I hadn't taken anything off, anything else off, I would have brought my stop underneath this candle. So we'll see what happens on NYSE, and then we'll take it from there. Lovely. Keep going. So look, this is the art of being disciplined, guys. All right, your hourly candle. Oh, you got to wait another half an hour. It's probably gonna. I would wait for NYSE, see if it spikes above the previous hourly candle, and then if you get a 15-minute pullback, I'd buy the higher the 15-minute pullback because we've got clear range here. Who's made some pips today? Who's made some pips today? That's 4 for 4 for me today. Is I'm done now. I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens at the London fix. I don't care what Donald says. I'm gonna go and relax for 1 hour, and then it's time to pick up the little princess. So, any questions about why we took this trade, guys? It was a nice, simple, easy trade, right? Oh, keep pushing. Lovely. Keep going. Okay, so this candle's moving down, right? If it then pushes and breaks the high, if we wanted, we could put our stops underneath the low of this 5 minute. Because we know this 5 minute, this 5 minute candle. So, Terry, in simple terms, the trend was up. I got everyone to look at the 4 hour. We identified a correction. So when the market is correcting, if the trend is up, in theory, at some point, if that trend is going to continue, buyers are going to come back into the market, and we have to identify where that could be. So we dropped down the time frames. We said, right, where do we see support? So we identified support here. So support was formed. We then started looking and saying, right, can the market find buyers anywhere here? So on the 30-minute, we saw the market come down, and then we saw a downrange candle, but with a bullish close. The next candle was a wick down. We bought above the high, and we're looking at that as the next impulsive move higher. So all we were doing is staying in line with the trend. We're just looking for areas where to potentially buy it to look for that next kickstart, the next impulse on the higher time frame trend. Oh, God. So we had some nice pips out of that. Now we just don't care. We've got 3 minutes. Like I said, the reason I took half off there was because we know we're coming into another half off, I should say, is because we know we're coming into NYSE Open at 2:30. It's going to jump around. If we're lucky and it jumps up, fantastic. But if we're not, and it went down without securing any more profits, that would have been a silly move. Hopefully that made sense to you there, Terry. Um, in terms of uh, trading days or anything like that, guys, 40 pips today. Well done, Peter Cole. Yesterday, I know, was your best day yet. Is today close? It's always good when you put it's always good when you put back-to-back days together. You want just remember the more winning trades you have consecutively, the closer you're getting to your next losing trade. Now that's not to be negative. That's just realistic. That's to keep you in check so you don't over risk. And if you do have a losing trade, then just call it a day. Just go, right, okay, that's fine. We've done 40 pips today. However many you did yesterday, how many the day before. Let's say tomorrow you lose 20. Oh, well done, Peter. Well done. 2 great days back to back. That's what we like to hear. Um, yeah, sounds good. That looks good, Terry. Uh, hold on. I should have it on the chart somewhere for you to. I deleted it. Uh, uh, let me just. Here you go. Oh, I can't put that many characters in. Uh, there you go. All right, let's see what's happening on this time frame. Okay, so it's created a wick down. So what I'm looking for is price to break this high. If it breaks this high, then all I'll do is I'll get the stop and I'll bring it up underneath the low of the candle. But only once it's broken the high. So now obviously I am locked into sitting here a little bit longer because I want to manage the trade. There's no point just walking away and saying, oh, well, stops in place, targets in place. No, you want to maximize it as much as possible and lock in profits as much as possible. So as it's running, we shall, like I said, if we break this high, bring in stops up underneath the low of this candle. Come on, let's have a uprange candle. As soon as it's uprange, there we go. It's moving nicely. If I see 40 pips, I'm going to take half off. Now, you might say, oh, why didn't I take it off? But look, I've already scaled out twice. Um, the market went down first before breaking the high, so I'm happy to move it underneath the lows. We've not hit 40 pips, so I'm not taking another half off. Remember, like I said, I'm trying to maximize the potential return out of this potential trade. Oh, another dollar to go. 8 pips. Oh, it's flirting with me. It's about the only flirting I get these days. 35, 36, and it's paused 39. There we go, 40 pips. Lovely jubbly. Let's go. So let's bring stop up a little bit. We'll trail it about 20 pips behind. Are you laughing at my expense there, Jody? All right. So moving really well. Long may it continue. Paolo's chirping in now as well. Look at you lot. All right, that's the last Christmas event I do. So we need to get the one planned for the summer. So who's going to be subscribing to our summer event? DJ boat down the Thames. Let's go. Stock markets, Nasdaq down 97, DAX up 99. We made the right choice today. We made the right choice today. And there we go. That's it, guys. You had a good session? Let me know if you've had a good session. Yeah. Spenny. Spence. Come here, pal. Oh, did I wake you up, bud? That's it, Jody. The dog always loves me. Don't you, pal? All right, guys. I want to see some likes. Share this. Share these videos. Look, it's not about being entertaining and acting the fool in here. It's about giving you decent content. It's about making sure the trades that we take are disciplined. We run them out according to our rules, and that's it. So, well done, team. Glad you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Tomorrow, I will decide tonight, but there was more for 9:30, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be, like I said, it'll either be 7 a.m. or 9:30, so keep an eye on YouTube. I will plan it tonight, so keep an eye on YouTube and get it to notify you. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Uh, and